Hey tea heads, this is Don from Mayleaf. In this video, brewing white tea, the temperature test. In this video, Celine and I are going to try and work out the best water temperature for brewing white tea. This video is going to go under the tea masterclasses and the drinking with friends playlists. If at any point in time you enjoy this video, then please give the video the thumbs up. The more thumbs in the air, the more tea videos are going to come your way. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, then go click that button. So on YouTube, we've been asked the question by a couple of people to do videos on how to brew white tea. And one of the things about white tea is that everybody uses a slightly different temperature water, I've found. So we were talking before. Why don't you tell the YouTube viewers what temperature water you brew your white tea at?
Okay, so I brew my white tea at a low temperature, about 85 degrees max.
85 is about 185 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, and I do it because I feel like, because it's buds, it's more fragile, so I don't want to scorch it. But I do brew it for longer.
Okay, but actually buds are not that fragile. They're not like young leaves that are very thin and very fragile. A bud is actually made up of layers that will become leaves. So they're actually quite dense, and it takes quite a lot of time for water to go. That's why you're brewing it for longer, because it takes a lot for the water to go in. So they're not as fragile as they look.
Yeah.
So I was like you. I was brewing around 85 or 185 degrees before, but for some reason over the last 3 or 4 years, I've been kind of getting hotter and hotter in my brewing. And I found that I preferred brewing it close to boiling, kind of 95, 96 degrees, which is about 205 Fahrenheit, something like that. So what we're going to try and do is try and agree on what is the best temperature water for white tea. Specifically, we're brewing Silver Needle. So what we're going to do now is we're going to brew 2 batches in glasses, one at 85 degrees and one at 95 degrees. We're going to put about 3 grams of buds to about 300 mils. So it's not strictly Gong Fu style. The reason for that is because the great thing about Silver Needle is that when the water has infused in, it starts to bounce around vertically. Yeah. We want to see that, and we want the glass to have enough room to do that. So if I do it Gong Fu style, I'll be putting too much leaf in, and you won't really be able to see them bobbing around. And so that will tell us when to pour them off. So we're going to do that now, and you're going to see it in fast motion. So the glass on the right is the hotter water, and the one on the left is the cooler water. And you can immediately see that the hotter water is extracting much quicker. The tea is becoming darker and slightly more of a yellow hue compared to the one on the left, which is greener and lighter. It's also slightly more translucent than the hotter water, which makes me think that actually the boiling water strips the downy hairs off the tea buds. You can so clearly see that the hotter water is making the tea buds expand, go vertical, and they're starting to drop, which means it's time for pouring. So this one is the hotter water, and this one was the cooler one. And this one took about 3 minutes to brew, and the one at 85 degrees took
about 5 minutes.
A couple of minutes more. So what we did is we waited until the buds started to go vertical, started to move around a bit. Then we poured it off. This one obviously took a bit longer because it's cooler water. Okay, let's taste.
Yeah.
So this is Celine style. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice tea.
Oh, so floral. I love that.
So it's got floral, a little bit dewy, quite fresh.
Very soft.
Very soft. A little bit melon, like kind of honeydew melon, just a slight melaniness to it.
Oh, yeah.
Melaniness, is that a word?
I like that.
Very soft.
Melaniness.
And quite thick. No, the texture's quite thick. Okay, so let's try the hotter.
That's good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Very different.
Oh my God, a world of difference.
So what do you think is the difference?
Definitely more woody.
Yeah.
Woody,
it's got nuttiness to it.
Nuttiness, like vanillary.
Yeah, so kind of more on the darker end of the spectrum. So woods, like slight leatheriness too as well. And the finish is very different, right?
Yeah, much, I'd say, drier.
Yeah, so it's got more of a bite to it. It's got more of a kind of quench to it. This one is very, very soft finish. Have you finished it?
Yeah.
Let's give this one another go. So different, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Really,
so
really
different.
soft finish. So which do you prefer?
I still love the floral side of this one,
Yeah.
but it's quite nice to get a bit more of that woody kind of nuttiness.
I'm kind of the same as you. I mean, I really like these flavor notes. Very fresh, slightly creamy, dewy. It's like really nice, but and nice thick liquor, which I think comes from because it took a couple of minutes longer. So the longer you brew, the longer you infuse, generally the thicker the mouthfeel. So I like that, but for me, it's annoying that it ends. It's like something's missing. You know? When I was in China and I was drinking white tea with a farmer, and he was brewing his tea with boiling hot water, and I said to him, "Okay, so you brew hot as well?" He said, "Yes." For me, if you have tea that doesn't have that finish, that dryness, that slight bitterness, then the tea is lonely. That's what he said.
Aww,
which is kind of how I feel with this.
So
It's kind of, it's missing something, and I find that a bit frustrating. But this one has got a really nice, satisfying finish. You know what you're going to do?
Oh
Let's
my
just see.
God.
Let's just see. It might work.
Wow.
Okay, so this is a combination of the two.
Experimental.
Let's try. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice. You're getting the exact in between, aren't you?
I'm quite impressed with that.
So you still got the freshness and the melaniness. That melaniness, I love that word. And but you also get that finish. You get that dryness and those nutty, vanilla, slightly sweeter notes to it. The textures is in between as well.
It's actually quite nice though.
Yeah, you know what we should do?
What?
We should let's brew one at 90 degrees, just so that we've tested it all. Okay, so we're going to brew one at 90 degrees.
Let's do that.
Okay, so we will be right. Okay, so we've done it. This is 90 degrees. Let's quickly pour it in. You can see the buds have started to move up and down a bit, so we're pouring it off. It took about 4 minutes, so it was exactly in between.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Right. Okay, here we go. 90 degrees, which is about 195 Fahrenheit. Let's see what this tastes like. This one here is still the mix that we had before.
Cheers. Ooh.
Wow.
That's nice.
That's really nice. Let's compare it to the one we had before. I mean, this one's gone a bit cooler now and oxidized slightly, but we remember the taste. That one's a bit more woody. Yeah. But I think that's because it's been left for a while.
I agree.
But this is really nice.
I think you don't even need to mix two pots together, just brew at 90 degrees.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. This is exactly in between. So it's got the melon, the floral, the dew, the meadowy tastes, but it's also got that whisper of woodiness, those darker, mossy, nutty, kind of acorny, those green acorns.
And then the sweetness of the vanilla kicks in.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of fresh.
And you get the dryness as well.
Yeah.
You get the quench, the finish. It's really interesting. So what we've established really is that white tea is really, really susceptible to different temperatures of brewing. And depending upon your mood, you can brew accordingly. So if you feel like a more soft, very light tea, then brew a bit cooler. If you feel like a really dark, leathery, slightly moving into varnish kind of woody notes, then brew hotter. You know what it is? What? Imagine like a meadow with like a forest right next to it. Yeah. So 85 degrees is like staying in the meadow.
Okay.
95 degrees to boiling is like moving into the forest, and you're starting to pick up those lovely fresh wood notes and nuts. And 90 degrees is kind of 90 degrees you're straddling between the meadow and
perfect imagery.
Yeah.
It's
So
perfect.
I think this is my favorite actually.
Yeah, no,
What
I
do you
agree.
think?
I think we've been both proven wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Okay, well there you go. That's good
that's
to
all
know.
right.
So our favorite is 90 degrees
Yeah.
for Silver Needle. I'm sure that there'll be some differences depending on the tea, but experiment, play around, see what you prefer and what mood you're in.
Yeah.
If you feel like staying in the meadow or moving to the forest.
Try it out, man. But definitely 90 degrees is my favorite.
No, definitely. It hits the right balance, doesn't it? It's like perfect.
Perfect.
That's it, tea heads. If you made it to the end of this video, then please give the video the thumbs up. Check out our YouTube playlist and let us know if there are any videos that you'd like us to make. If you're ever in London, then come visit us in Camden to say hi and taste our wares. If you have any questions or comments, then please fire them over. Other than that, I'm Don May from Mayleaf with Celine.
Oh.
Thank you for being a part of the revelation of true tea. Stay away from the tea bags, keep drinking the good stuff, and spread the word because nobody deserves bad tea. Bye.
Bye.